There's a legal tool called a living revocable trust. A living revocable trust that will protect all your assets out of harm's way, and it will keep you out of probate.
This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, your media hub for all things Black entrepreneurship, politics, news, and events in Hampton Roads and beyond.
Hey, would you like to be a guest on Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham? The link is in the show notes.
And now, here's your host, Blair Durham.
Greetings.
Last week, you brought the fire. We are so excited to hear what you're going to share with us this week regarding our personal finances.
Okay, yeah, we're going to continue on that pace. And today I'm going to pick up on some things I left off on last week. And we're going to talk about financial tips, okay, on creating financial independence.
Perfect.
Financial tips on creating financial independence. Now, that's a goal that we all want. Nobody wants to retire without a good lifestyle, okay? We want to retire with a decent lifestyle and have some independence, financial independence I'm speaking of. Okay, so let's start this segment here. Now, Blair, you heard of compound interest. Compound interest is considered one of the 8 wonders of the world, compound interest. But today I want to start off by talking about another concept that is very powerful, and it's called leverage. Leverage, leverage. Leverage. Exactly what is leverage? Here is a brief definition of leverage. It is an investment strategy that we use when borrowing money. We borrow money to increase the potential return of an investment. So in other words, in simple terms, is using other folk money, using financial institutions' money to make money. Now, here is a perfect example of leverage. Sometimes leverage has to be used properly or correctly. Here's an example. Typically, Blair, on a 30-year mortgage, if you borrow, let's say, $100,000 to buy a house, normally we get a 30-year mortgage payout. Now, with that said, on $100,000, you'll end up paying back the equivalent to $100,000 or more in interest. So if you borrow $100, you'll pay back $100. So in essence, Blair, what have we just done? We just bought 2 houses, right? Okay. Now, so what we want to do is show you how you can use leverage in your own personal finance to basically eliminate a lot of interest that you're paying out. So with this particular concept here, the purpose is to save you money on interest. Learn how to start what? Earning interest as opposed to paying out interest. There's too many of us, we pay out more interest than we earn. So with this concept, we're going to show you how to pay off a mortgage, 30-year, in less than 9 years. Let's use simple math. If you're paying back $100,000 in interest, and we can pay it off in 9 years, you can save over 2/3 of interest on that $100,000. Now, Blair, let's take an example. If we have 2/3 of interest that we're saving on $100,000 of interest, we can now take that money and put it somewhere else. We can invest it, we can save it, and we can start creating financial independence for ourselves. Now, we can do this, Blair. What's so amazing about this concept is that we can use this concept, we can do this without any additional monies or any additional money coming out your current budget. So we can pay off a mortgage in 9 years, and that's probably one of the biggest expenses that we carry is the mortgage payment. If we can cut that down to 9 years versus 30 years, you just created some wealth for yourself. And you can use that to even better your lifestyle at retirement and financial independence. Now, with that said, this strategy can be applied to any debt that you may have. It can be applied to credit cards, auto loans, personal loans, student loans, back taxes. The good news, again, is that you can have this information and you can do all this with this strategy without any additional money out your budget. And we are now offering you an opportunity today by calling us at this number, 757-640-0207 for a free consultation. And I'll go into more details about this strategy. It's a very powerful strategy. Again, you can have it today by giving us a call for a free consultation at 757-640-0207. So let's save some money. Let's earn some interest as opposed to paying out interest. Number two, I want to talk about, Blair, something that's very important. And this next interest or tip is concerning protecting your assets. Protecting your assets. We work hard, we labor hard for our money. We work to protect our houses and our assets. But here's something that we need to be made aware of. We do a good job on this, Blair. We insure our homes, we insure our cars, we insure our health, we insure our life. But what about our assets? What about making sure that our assets are properly insured? There's a legal tool called a living revocable trust. A living revocable trust that will protect all your assets out of harm's way, and it will keep you out of probate. Again, it will keep it out of harm's way, and it will keep it out of what? Probate. A will put you in probate. A trust will keep it out of probate. Now, again, this is information that a lot of people don't look at, but you want to be sure. And here's the key to this. With a trust, and this is very, very powerful. With a trust, you pass your belongings, your estate, your inheritance on to the intended beneficiaries versus the pretended. There's a difference between intended and pretended. So you want to make sure that your assets are protected. You want to make sure that these assets and your inheritance is passed on to the intended beneficiaries and not the pretended beneficiaries. So with that said, we're going to offer, again, an opportunity for a free consultation today in reference to protecting your assets, simply by calling us at 757-640-0207 for your free consultation. Again, that number is 757-640-0207 for a free consultation on protecting your assets, making sure that your assets is passed on to the intended and not the pretended. There's a lot of pretenders out there, Blair. So you want to make sure it goes to what? The intended. Let that lock in for a second. The intended and not what? The pretended. Now, the third item here I want to talk about real quickly is a source. It's a source, a major source of income. This is a major source of income for most people, Blair, that's age 65 or older. Notice I said major, not minor. I said major. At 65 or older, this is a major source of income. And there's an old saying, Blair, that what you don't know, it can hurt you. I'm speaking here about Social Security. There are so many people, Blair, it's amazing that we don't get enough information about Social Security. I stated a few minutes ago, just earlier, that Social Security is a major source of income for most people that's age 65 or older.
Right.
Now, I want to talk about some different strategies. I'm going to talk about just two quick strategies today, and that's dealing with spousal benefits. Spousal benefits, which means that if you are married, now I have quite a few strategies. We have quite a few strategies here that we can show you, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to talk about just maybe one or two. I'm going to talk about a strategy called one qualifying spouse and one non-qualifying spouse. So simply what that means is that a qualifying spouse is a spouse who work, paid into Social Security, and they have benefits, at age 62 or age 66 or age 72. The non-qualifying spouse is the spouse that don't have a work record, then pay into Social Security, then pay into Medicare, and so don't have anything they paid into, so they don't qualify for Social Security. But here's some good news here for that non-qualifying spouse. If you are a non-qualifying spouse, I'm gonna give you two simple requirements. If you can meet these two requirements, you can receive a benefit off your spouse's work record. You can receive a benefit off your spouse's work record up to 50% of his benefits. The two requirements are real simple. Number one, you have to have been married at least 1 year. Number two, you have to be married to the qualifying spouse and the parent of their child. So it's real simple. So if you can meet those two requirements, even though you don't have a work record, you didn't pay the Social Security, you didn't pay the Medicare, you can still get a check. You can still receive a check.
That's important.
You can still receive a check. There are so many people that right now that qualify for this and could be receiving income $700, $800, $1,000 a month. Just by knowing this spousal benefit. Now, again, that's very powerful. The second one I'm going to talk about very briefly, but it's called divorced spouses. Divorced spouses. Okay, now, if you are divorced, okay, and been married for at least 10 years, you've been married, 10 years prior to the divorce. 10 years prior to the divorce. And number two, you must be 62 or older. Okay, 62 or older. And you must be currently unmarried. So if you've been married for 10 years, you're divorced, you're unmarried, and you're 62, I have some good news for you. You can actually pick up another check. You can get 50% of your former spouse's work record. That means that in this case, again, if his income is coming in, let's say if you're receiving benefits and you don't have any benefits, you can get 50% of his benefits by knowing how to apply. Or if you've been divorced at least 2 years and you both are age 62, regardless of whether the individual is taking retirement benefits or not, you still can get a paycheck. So again, I'm talking about income now. I'm talking about income. And if nothing else, Blair, these are two concepts here that we use quite a bit. And we have quite a few more that we can actually sit down with individuals about in reference to the Social Security benefits. So again, if you want a free checkup or free analysis on Social Security benefits, please call us today. Again, at 757-640-0207 for your free consultation. And I tell you, Blair, this is a major source of income for people that's 65 or older, which means that includes just about most people in our society. So again, for a free consultation, a free Social Security checkup, and this is, Blair, probably one of the highest items that we get concerns about is mainly Social Security, believe it or not. People are calling in about that. So again, if you want to know more about it, please call us today at 757-640-0207. And Blair, again, just to close out, keep in mind that the new stimulus package is out. That's been approved. We still haven't gone through Congress yet, but that should be coming out pretty soon. The new stimulus package, individuals should be getting $1,400. That should be hitting out pretty soon as well to help individuals that's going through the coronavirus that is suffer hardship. So that's a good.
Let me ask you this, because we've got about a minute and a half remaining in reference to that package and really the PPP side of things. So I'm receiving some conflictual information. Was yesterday the last date for small businesses to apply? Or is it the 12th, or is it later in the month, or are small businesses still able to apply? It's just that now they're going to have to compete with the larger businesses. What's the?
Well, they had initially the 31st of March.
Okay.
But I think they're looking to extend those dates as well.
Okay. I know that situation is in flux.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask you, see if you can give us any clarification.
You have two programs. You have the PPP and you have the EIDL, the Economic Entry Disaster Loan Program. So again, you can apply for both of those and you get those in now. And that's a great opportunity, especially for small business owners, independent contractors, self-employed individuals, sole proprietors. They can apply as well. So they're available. Okay.
Awesome. About another 30 seconds remaining. 757-640-0207. If you're interested in that consultation with Apex Financial Group, a one-on-one conversation with Mr. Michael Gray to talk through some of the details that he mentioned earlier, I would highly recommend it. Again, at 757-640-0207. Certainly, we look forward to talking with you next week, Mr. Gray.
Okay, it's been my great pleasure. All right, take care.
All right. Talk soon.
This show was brought to you by the consulting services of Positive Vibes Incorporated. We do debt restructuring, we help with credit repair, and we put money into the pockets of real estate investors. If you're a real estate investor, get in contact with us. If you need debt restructuring or credit repair, get in contact with us. 757-932-0177, 757-932-0177.
Phenomenal. Stay with us online at Black Wall Street Today on Facebook and Black Wall Street Today on Instagram, and then follow us on Twitter as well at BWS Today. We look forward to talking again next week. Have a wonderful week. I have said, and I will continue to say, that the most important priority for the Black community is the Black community, not a particular political party.
Hey, yo,
When I say black, you say Wall Street. Black